Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So first of all, hope we're enjoying the day, and of course, we're all living our best life. And I want to thank Claire Muhammad Schools for allowing me to come up here and share my story and share some thoughts. And first of all, congratulations to all the graduates and honorees. I know you're going to do great things, and look forward to seeing you at the top. But with that being said, I wanted to find out exactly what I can tell, these young leaders, and that would capture their attention. And so I decided to share my story, and also give you my perspective, because I was once in 8th grade, going to ninth grade, and I was once kindergarten, pre-K, or going to first grade. So I'm going to tell you my perspective so that you can have the easiest, most happiest life possible. It's the best that I can do. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm from California. Been in Nashville for 14 years. And the biggest thing is I came here homeless when I was 21 years old with my girlfriend. And I'm 36 years old now, so I may have been a little over 14 years. And that girlfriend of mine, she's now my wife of 11 years. And we just had our 11-year wedding anniversary last month. So we came together. She was 20, I was 21, just dating. Here we are married, and we're fortunate to have 3 young sons. Our oldest son is 12, he'll be 13 this year, and our twin boys are 9 years old, and they'll be 10 actually on the 1st of June, so a few days from now. And so when I came here homeless at 21 years old, with the child on the way, what am I going to do? And how did I get to a point where today I'm running a successful consulting firm that specializes in marketing, and I help a lot of employers find local residents for jobs. I'll help a lot of real estate developers get more community buy-in for their projects, help a lot of local businesses get more traffic to their business. And so I wanted to share with you, how do you get from possibly having nothing to putting yourself in a position to serve yourself, your family, and your community. And so what we're going to do, let's see, who's graduating and going to high school, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. What grade are you going to, ma'am? 8th. And what about you, sir? 6th. So what we're going to do is, if the parents or guardians are here and raise your hands to the individuals I'm just talking to, the students. Raise your hand. If the parents and guardians are here, you as well, sir. I'm going to give you a notebook for you to use to write down. I'm going to write some things down on this board here, but I also like for you to put this book, write this information down in the book, so that way they can take this information with them. So let's see. All right, so parents, please have your hands up, or guardians or supporters. Excuse me. And technically, for the honorees, I do have extra notebooks because I want to make, even though they may be young, I want them to be able to take this information with them. So if there's the parent or guardian of the honorees, if you like a book as well to write down, please raise your hand. Okay. I believe I just see one. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it real quick, a few minutes. So if you don't mind, future leaders of today and tomorrow, why do we go to school? No right or wrong answer, and this may be left field, but again, disclaimer, I'm just giving you my perspective. Please fact check me, as well as connect with your student after to talk in more depth about what we're talking about now. So students, why do we go to school? To learn, okay. To learn. What do we? So the question is, why do we? For parents or supporters, why do we go to school? I want to write that down. Why do we go to school? Why do we go to school? Okay. We're going to do 3 answers. One answer is to learn. And I'll say, what are we learning exactly, and why are we learning it? What exactly are we learning, and why are we learning?
To execute ourselves, so when you go out to the real world, you wouldn't know anything. Let's say you don't know anything, you go out to the
So you mentioned, thank you all for participating, first of all. You mentioned a really good point. When you go out there is the point of the key words that you use, when you go out there. So you're learning for when you go out there. Where exactly is out there?
Say out in the road. Just
Okay.
like out in the road. With a bunch of people you don't really know. If you don't, it means talking around you stuff.
Mhm.
It will teach you how to do. Like if you go to business, say you go to the business
Mhm.
when you're working for someone.
Mhm.
And you
Ah.
get money.
Mm.
If you don't care, give them the right money.
Mm.
You want to give them what money. You're gonna make you give them the price. So that's another way.
Okay.
Another way you can do if we like in business. First thing first. The first thing you have to learn about is how to make it. Well, first thing you have to how to create. Like for my future, just like I like making video games, so I got how to figure out how to do it. Okay. So first pick out the game that nobody never made. We just intentionally. So you want to make like something that you don't really make like they never make it.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it. Figure out that on code. Go to like on Facebook and do coding and stuff. And also when you also do code. When also you do code, you have to like go to the computer and to see.
Okay.
You have if you don't know the code, you're not be able to.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna repeat back what this gentleman said first and foremost. But he pretty much said the whole presentation right there. First of all, and give me your name again, sir.
My name is Damon Winston.
Devin.
Damon Winston.
Damon.
Damon.
Damon. And last name again, sir.
Winston. Williamson.
Damon Wilson. Williamson. Damon Williamson. Well, Mr. Williamson, I'm gonna shake your hand real quick. Get it on record. I know where you're going, and I appreciate your input and your insight. So really, we're gonna bring this into what he just said. So parents, what am I writing? I know it's hard, so let me go ahead and give you what we wrote down. So first of all, why do we go to school? Now, these are keywords. All we're doing is keywords. So you're going to take this and have conversations with your child or with the student here. The key word is we're going to school to learn. That's the key word, to learn. But what we're learning is such things that we're going to need to use when we're going out into the world. We're learning skills that we need to use when we're going out into the world. Why? Because the key words, we have to take care of either business, but the key words also was or, you got to take care of business, which could be something that we're doing for ourselves, or, as Mr. Damon said, you're working for someone. So you're learning to go out into the world to either create a business or learn to work for someone. Making money. That's the bottom line with all due respect. And that's not all the answer, but from a physical standpoint, that's half the answer. Because making money also connects to your spiritual side and your heart, if that makes sense. But right now we're going to talk about the physical aspect. So I say respectfully to the students here, you are graduating, going to the next level, and you're learning because you have to either start your own business, you have to either become good at what you do, and some of the key words are, for example, Mr. Williamson said, I like video games. So one of the questions is that you want to ask, if you want to write down parents, is what does my child like to do? That's the first question. And Mr. Williamson already made it clear. I like video games. And the second thing is, what does my child like to do? So this is what I want you to think about. What do I like to do? The second thing you have to think about is, what am I good at? Write that down. What am I good at? Because what you like to do and what you're good at are two different things. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. So, and this is Mr. Williamson, for example. He says, I like to play and be around video games. But for me to be good at that, I have to make sure I stay creative and learn the steps. I got to get into coding, so that way I am good at what I like to do, okay? So the underlying theme that I'm going here is, I only have a few minutes left, is I'm going to write this down before we lose train of thought. This is not, I'm going to break this down. I'm talking to the children. I'm just giving you my perspective. Because the thing is, what I wrote down was job equals happiness. The reason I'm bringing this up is because at 21, 22 years old, life became real when I realized that I had to start a business or work for someone to make money to not only take care of myself, but also a woman and a child. Guess what happens? When you in life are, and this is not a right or wrong answer, this is just the reality that we're in today. In life, when you live somewhere in a house or apartment complex or something of that nature, do you feel your parents or guardians have to pay for that? Or do you feel like that's free? They're paying for that. When it comes to the food that you eat, do you feel like that comes for free, or do you feel like your parents or guardians have to pay for that? They have to pay for that. What about the clothes you wear? They have to pay for that. Now, does anyone plan to have a dog when you get older and live with you? A dog or cat? Anyone? Okay. Do you feel that the dog or cat that you have, the food that they're going to eat?
I think you have to if you need like something, you have to give money. How do you get money? Go to a job.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Great job. How do you get money? Go to a job. But here's the thing. Yes, sir.
This is how you get money.
Mm-hmm.
First, you just work hard,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just get money.
Okay. And what's your name, sir?
Sabir.
Sabir. Thank you, Mr. Sabir. I'm gonna shake your hand as well. Thanks, sir. So, we're gonna wrap it up right now because they're literally doing the whole presentation for me. But I want you guys to know that life is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy it. But the real situation is life is going to require money. And we just named some things you have to pay for. If you don't pay for those things, like house, car, food, do you feel like you're going to still have those things? Do you think those things will still be given to you? I'm asking you seriously. Have you seen, and with all due respect, no right or wrong answer, we're not judging anyone, but have you seen individuals that don't have a house or food and where they are as you go through your day?
I don't think. I see like homeless people.
Okay. There you go, respectfully. And I'm giving you this information because I was once homeless. I'm telling you that. So I'm giving you a worst case scenario as to right now why it's so important for you to make sure that you are aware that you are learning so that when you go into the world, you can make money. And that's not a right or wrong thing, but the real situation is you have to have it or you're going to be in a tough spot as of now. And secondly, you're going to have to work a business, you have to work for somebody else, but at the end of the day, if you look at it a certain way, it's still a job. And as you're working hard for that job, it's very important for you to be happy because guess what? Some people have heart attacks. I'm just being transparent. Some people have heart attacks on Monday mornings when they have to go to work because they don't like what they do. They're not good at it sometimes as well. So if you don't want to have that experience while you're in school, start to figure out what you like to do and what you're good at because all that you're going through right now, all the stuff that you're learning is designed to help you find out what you're good at and what you like to do. And some schools, with all due respect, may not tell you that, and that's why at Claire Muhammad Schools, as I'm a supporter of as far as how they pour into the children, it's very important for you to know that and why you're going to school. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this little thing right here, this piece of paper right here is going to, respectfully, not everything, but it helps a lot. is going to help guide you in your life. And if you have a lot of it, or if you don't have a lot of it, it's going to also affect your life. But the thing is, you want to get a lot of it, but you want to do it the right way, under human excellence. So that's why it's important right now for you to start focusing on, what do I like to do, and what am I good at, okay? And the last things I would like for the parents to write down, so we don't take too much more time, is the third thing is, what do people need? What do people need? So we'll use Mr. Williamson, for example. He says, I like and I'm good at video games. But the question is, does the world, Mr. Williamson, does the world need video games?
Well, if we're not, for example, some people like video games, some people don't like video games. But either or, if some people want video games, then some people might, I might give them some, and some people don't want. So I don't know.
Okay.
Some people may want it, some people may don't.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm going to stop you right there. Thank you. So what I mean by that is, what do you like to do, or what do people need? The question is, you have to start finding out, children, what you like to do, where is that, what is it actually called, and what industry is called industry. So you have to figure out from Mr. Williams' perspective, I like video games, what is the name of that industry? Write down word industry, I-N-D-U-S-T-R-Y, industry. And the point is, when you find out the industry, you're able to find out if the industry is changing, not only now, but 10 years from now. Because you don't want to put too much work in to an industry that may not be there. So what you're good at and what you like to do may not be there in the future. So you have to look at what they call an industry. And then also you have to find out, the last thing is, what are people willing to pay you for? What are people willing to pay you for? In my last example with Mr. Williamson, he's good at video games. He likes to do it. He found out that the industry is growing by 20%. There's things you got to start thinking about. I know it's 8th grade and we're young, but I'm just planting seeds. But also, what particularly in the industry are people willing to pay you for? And Mr. Williamson already knows, hey, I got to learn coding because the industry is growing and they're going to be willing to pay me for that. So he's already on it. And so therefore, what do you like to do? What do people need? What are people willing to pay you for? What do you like to do? What are you good at? What do people need? And what are people willing to pay you for? Are 4 important questions that you have to ask yourself. I'm going to stop it there. I just want to congratulate you again in advance. Even though you have to make this to survive, don't change who you are in your heart. Don't try to cheat or steal or do anything negative to earn this, because you don't have to. And the way I was able to start off in this state with nothing, with no job, a child on the way, and a girlfriend, was because I was able to figure out what I'm good at, what I like to do, and over time, what people needed and what they're willing to pay me for. And you'll find out that you can go as far as you want with your own skills and your own mindset. Does that make sense? I'll see you at the top. I'm going to hang out for a little bit once we get done. And thank you all for inviting me down.